It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Can't believe it. I missed everything.
Miss the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
Kat made a comment that kind of stuck with me this morning. I don't think there's anyone in high school that's like, oh, I really look forward to being single in my 30s. But we found people this morning that are actually okay with it. You got to hear this coming up in the podcast. Let's go. I saw this Facebook post, and I had to share it with you because I thought it was really, really humorous. And we were talking about public bathroom memories. So this guy, he had put on Facebook, his name is Dan, currently trapped in a Chili's bathroom because they're out of toilet paper.
Send help.
I called the restaurant twice from the stall for a refill. No one has come. It's been 15 minutes. My fajitas are probably cold. Then a few minutes later, I saw that he had posted, I was calling the wrong Chili's the entire time. They just came to rescue me. I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to delete the review.
You would think for as many times as I go to the restroom with my no colon situation, that would be the first thing I look for. But sometimes you're just in a rush. You sit down, you go to the bathroom.
Well, you take it for granted, especially when they got those huge rolls or there's like a stack of 4.
You take it for granted that people are doing their job of making sure that everything is stocked, but you can't anymore.
I want to say good morning to Melissa, who texted in. I used to work at McDonald's as a teen, and at close, I had to clean the bathrooms. Went into the men's bathroom, and somebody had drawn a smiley face with their boogers on the mirror. You thought it was going a different direction?
Yes, but still, that's vile.
How about this one from Brandy? She said, was in a rush to use the Porta-John at a country music event a couple of years ago. Didn't look before I sat down. When I stood up, my butt was wet. Realized afterwards the seat was up and someone had gone number 2 and I sat in it. I never felt so disgusting and sick and mortified in my life. Needless to say, I always look pre-pooping now.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to find the person that posted on my timeline this weekend. He had taken his son to a local place to go swimming, and they went into the family bathroom, and on the seat was just a giant number 2.
How do you miss? How do you miss on the seat? How do you miss?
I know. Quarter of an inch would have been in the water. Would not have been a photo.
My epic bathroom story comes from, it was the second date I had with my wife, and we decided to go to the Mall of America for the day.
Yeah.
And I went into the bathroom, and I had bubble gut from the night before. I'm not sure what I had, but it was one of those where you know it's going to be a moment. And I let it all out, and I felt so much better. And I go to reach for the toilet paper. Nothing there. Not a backup roll, nothing.
No.
So I kind of look under the stall. Nobody else is in there. I waddle around to the second. There's two men's stalls, and nothing in there, no toilet paper in there. And I'm like, oh, and I can hear people kind of coming in and out, right? And this has to be at like the 10-minute mark. And you're on a date, and you don't want to be in there for 10 minutes. And so it finally is cleared, and I walk out. There's no paper towels either. And I'm like, what do you do?
Your sock.
Well, yeah, I guess that could have been an option. I decided to use check blanks.
Okay.
And
ouch.
Listen, I've had some bad TP in my life, but nothing compares to wiping an epic dump with check blanks. And it basically, I did it. I thought I got it good enough, but then you know how it starts itching?
Yeah.
Because you didn't get it good enough. And so it wasn't 10 minutes later and I'm like, we should head for the food court. She's like, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like, so we go to the food court. We order just a little something to share. And I'm like, I got to go wash up. I got to use the restroom because I knew I had to get back in there and find a restroom that had toilet paper. And it was a full scrub situation at that point. I wetted down a whole bunch of toilet paper.
Yeah.
I got the regular stuff, did a full clean sweep, felt better after that. But what you don't realize is when you're using check blanks to wipe, there will be some paper cuts.
Sounds like a risk.
It was a bad situation. Public restroom. You got a horror story? We got to get it. I want to bring Janet onto the show real quick where we were talking about those embarrassing bathroom stories. The guy that was in the Chili's, and he said he called the front desk twice because there was no toilet paper. And then he had posted underneath that. It's 15 minutes later. Apparently, I was calling the wrong Chili's. And I don't know how to take my review down. So he's so angry. He's calling.
Yeah.
And then as he's waiting, he knows his fajitas are getting cold. So he puts a bad review on the Chili's page and realizes he's at the wrong Chili's. And
I feel like there were so many other things he could have done before leaving the review.
At one point, I would flag down another dude that comes in. There's got to be somebody coming into a Chili's every 15 minutes. I'd be like, dude, can you go next door or go get somebody?
Yeah.
But in his defense, he calls the front desk twice. They're like, yep, we're coming to help you. And he sits there and he sits there and he sits there. But I appreciate you calling better late than never. You want to tell us your story?
I was in Chili's. We're going to see a hockey game.
Okay.
And, of course, I had to go to the bathroom before we went to the arena. And I clipped my glasses, on the front of my shirt, as you sometimes do.
Yeah.
And I went to go flush the toilet, and there went my glasses.
Did you go in after him?
I tried reaching. Chili's had a very fast action flush. So I had to go to the hockey game, and I couldn't see a damn thing.
Have you ever gone back into the toilet for anything?
I have.
Phone?
Here, I had a highlighter in my back pocket.
Oh, I let that go. There's no way I'm going back in the toilet for that.
Yeah. We have some ladies with high fiber diets around here for show.
You ever, maybe Liam had it when he was a kid or your husband has had it, but the Velcro wallet?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're a young man, you usually have, right, the Velcro wallet. I had that happen to me, and I'm trying to remember where. I think it was the bowling alley in the little town I grew up in. I was maybe a sophomore or a junior in high school, and I remember like having a pair of sweatpants on. And it fell out of the sweatpants as I kind of got up and started pulling my pants up, flopped right into the toilet after a deuce. And going back in there, and then your money's wet, your ID is wet, the whole thing. I remember getting home that night and being like, this has got to get run through the dishwasher or the washing machine or whatever. But if you had to go back in, what was it for? That's the big question right now.
I had so many conversations on my Snapchat after I had posted the show I started watching this weekend on Netflix, Age of Attraction.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
No.
It's like a dating show, but they have 20 men, 20 women at Whistler in Canada, and beautiful backdrop. These people start to talk to each other. It's like a big social. But the thing is, some of the people are 20, some of the people are 60, and you just don't know. You're not allowed to ask anything about like their raising, their age. The 60-year-old man looked 40. The woman that is 54, she looks like maybe she's in her mid-40s. Just pulled a guy that's 27. It is really...
But that's not going to last.
It won't last, but it's just how they're trying to talk themselves into it. I feel worse for the women that are older.
People just want to be on TV. This is garbage.
I love John and Teresa. Teresa's an older woman. She's 54, but she's beautiful, has this blonde hair.
What's wrong with her?
You can tell in the neck and the elbows, though, that maybe she's a little bit older. But
don't you just look at these people and go, what's wrong with you?
I looked at the 60-year-old man that they bring you to the promise room, and there is where you exchange your promise rings and divulge your age.
Okay.
And the girl is 27, and he goes, "Are you ready? Are you ready to find out my age?" And she's like, "Yes." And he goes, "I'm 60 and I have kids." And it's like, he didn't divulge any of that on dates, nothing.
This guy's smart to join this show. If you're 60, you got kids, you're not wifed up right now, and you want to start hooking up with a 27-year-old, and somebody's going to pay for it, all the power to you.
I just think shame. You're going to you don't want to be a dad again. You're just going with it. You're just giving her lip service.
Right.
She's like, "Are you ever going to want kids again?" Who wants kids when they're 60?
I think they should just call these things what they are, is just a crazy random hookup.
It's just a farce.
When they try and sell it as love, the 60-year-old guy is going to love a 27-year-old girl. Yeah. He'll love her for 3 minutes.
You have to get into it. You and Trisha would have so much to say. You love judging people.
Can you name any movie, Kat, that is not because you love it, but because it has no bad parts? It is a 10 out of 10 with no bad parts. What would be one that you would say?
Does it have to be an Oscar?
No.
Winner?
It can be any movie ever produced and released.
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Drop Dead
Not
Gorgeous.
one bad moment, line, or scene.
Did not make the list of the top 20.
Really?
There are 20 movies that have never had a bad moment. I'll give you the top 2. And number 2, surprised me. Number 2 on this list. Again, they're 10 out of 10. No bad parts in the movie.
This is so relative. Who says this? You know, like, what if this person doesn't have my sense of humor?
This is like critically acclaimed kind of stuff.
Okay.
Mean Girls. Is that number 2?
So good.
You're telling me there's no bad parts in Mean Girls?
The undertone and the lesson you learn from that cult classic is invaluable. Like, it is a very good movie.
I want to see if anyone can guess number 1 before I tell it.
Okay.
What do you think is the number 1 movie that has no bad parts? And if it helps, I'll give you a hint.
Is it a drama? Is it a comedy?
Yeah, no, it's for sure not a comedy.
Green Mile.
No. Good one, though. I don't know if that didn't make the list either.
The Green Mile isn't
Green Mile
on the list?
did not make the top 20 list.
Oh, my God. I feel so many things when I watch that movie.
So other ones that are in the top 10 include Office Space, which is one of my all-time favorites. Shawshank, The Thing, The Princess Bride, Matilda, Incredibles, Emperor's New Clothes, My Cousin Vinny. Number 2 is Mean Girls. Real quick, shoot us a text with your guess for what is the number 1 movie that has no bad parts. Some of the guesses that are coming in via texting: Pretty Woman, nope. Rocky, nope. Goodbye Girl, nope. Taxi Driver, great guess, not right. Forrest Gump, another good guess, not right. Back to the Future is on the list, but the number 1 movie that has no bad parts is...
I need to know. What is it?
From 1979, Alien.
Sigourney Weaver's Alien is at number 1.
That is the number 1 movie that has no bad parts and is a 10 out of 10. I didn't do the research. They did, but apparently that's what's up.
Well, I went and got my toes done yesterday because don't know if you know this, but Wednesday's my birthday. It's actually on the calendar, so you can check it out. So you
I
don't
thought that was
miss it.
St. Patrick's Day hangover
The day
day.
after. Nope. March 18th. It's my birthday. But went and got my birthday pedicure, and it felt so good. And then I was sitting there, and this guy was doing my nails. Very rarely do I get a guy, but they're, like, I think, better than the women.
How?
I don't know. Maybe attention to detail. Their hands are stronger, so when they go to do the massage.
They go to
and
rip
stuff
out
like
all
that-
your crap.
Yeah. I actually have really nice feet. But he was sitting there, and it was right before the storm started. So, of course, that's all anybody that's getting their nails done is talking about, you know, like, oh, we got to get out of here. Got to run to Aldi, make sure that I'm all stocked up. And he goes, yeah, I'm here for the rest of the day, but my neighbor always plows my driveway. So, you know, I know I'll be going home to a nice clean driveway. I'm like, that's got to be nice. Then I get home. And do you ever struggle with this? Like wondering if you should, after you're done with yours, go do someone else's?
No,
Or
my
do you
neighbors
not?
all live so far away.
They do.
Yeah.
But like when you used to live in the
Yeah.
development?
I would go if I still had gas, I would just keep going. I would literally.
You would?
I would fill up the gas.
I know you'd do the lady
And-
next door,
yeah,
right?
and then I'd hit everybody else that I could while I still had gas. Because I'm like, I'm already all wrapped up in here. Like,
Yeah.
I got 9 layers on. And I don't really have a problem doing it. I throw my AirPods in, and I'm just like, cool, right? And I'll
Did
just
they
kinda,
ever reciprocate?
no. Some of them never even said thanks.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't know it was you.
Well, it's kind of hard when you hear a snowblower outside your house for 15 minutes.
Unless they weren't home.
I
you
think
know?
everybody's home on a snowstorm.
Okay.
You know, but I wasn't doing it for the thanks. I was just like, I got gas in the tank, and it was,
Yeah.
you know, I might as well keep going because if somebody else does that for me, like my neighbor every once in a while will come by with his Bobcat if there's nobody home, and then take care of our driveway, and I try and reciprocate, at least thank you for it.
Yeah. See, Derek does it for the thank yous. So he was he stood at our window and he was like this, trying to think of who he should go, who's the most deserving neighbor. And we have this elderly guy with his wife who we never see. So I think she's not feeling very well. But I go do theirs. Like that's the most rewarding because then he doesn't have to go outside and do it. And so before he got out there, he got all bundled up. The guy was out there doing his own. But then he's like, I could do the people across the street. And I go, they are young, able-bodied, early 20-somethings. They can get out there and
Maybe
do
they
it
don't have a
themselves.
snowblower too, and that was heavy stuff.
Don't own a house. I always think that. Don't own a house unless you're ready to do all of that. And you know what? If you can't afford a snow blower, get a shovel. Get one of those really good shovels. that you push behind.
Dang, you're savage.
I
about this
truly
stuff.
think, like, if you're going to own a home, you have to think of the there's an umbrella. There
But
are
a lot of
things that
people
you
will
need.
buy the most expensive home they can, and then when that first snow comes around, they're like, I don't have $3,000
That sounds like
for a
their
snowblower.
problem.
That's the way it is.
So I always say old people first.
For somebody who doesn't go out there and snowblow anyone's driveway, you seem to have a lot of opinions on this.
I helped him try to choose, but then he ended up
Try
just
to
do
choose.
hours. He just did hours and then came back inside because there was some tomato soup waiting for him.
So when all was said and done, you didn't do anything for anyone.
Correct.
Hey, coming up on Tuesday's show, since it's St. Patrick's Day, what if we pulled a 4-leaf clover and you could make any wish you wanted? What would you legitimately wish for? Should be fun to get into during the live show Tuesday. Right now, we'll wrap up the podcast.
So I ran to the bank and switched over. Liam had some money in his account, and so we started another CD for him.
Okay.
And there is a woman that works there, and I love her so much. I think she's just so sweet. She's in her 30s, and she's been single for a long time. And like talking to her, you wonder why, because she's such a good conversation. She's funny. She's bubbly. She loves to travel. But she said, I go, where are you going next? Because she's always going somewhere fun. So she just went to Philadelphia. She went to New York over Christmas to a Broadway show, all this fun stuff. And she said that she's going out to Colorado with her mom and her cousins. And she's like, one of my cousins is kind of like her bachelorette, like, getaway because she's getting married soon. And she's like, I'm still single. I'm in my 30s. I'm still single. Never saw myself there. And I don't think a lot of people graduate from high school or they're in high school and they're like, listen, when I'm 30, I'm going to be single. I can't wait. When I'm 40, I'm going to be single as a Pringle with nobody on my arm. I want to know, are you single in your 30s? How do you feel about it? Maybe you're like okay with
Nobody's
it.
going to call and say they hate it. They're all going to say, oh, it's good for me. I love doing me.
She isn't loving it. That's the thing. She's like, I would love to find a partner. I want to find someone to travel with,
What do you
to
think's wrong
hang
with
out
her?
with. I have an amazing radar. I can spot the red flags. She has none to me. If I were a guy, I would date her. I think she is very cool, chill, no drama. So I don't know. I can't answer that question. But she doesn't enjoy it. She's in her 30s. She's like, I want someone. So you're single in your 30s. Where's your mind at? Maybe you're single in your 40s. You're like, I'm good. I'm good with me for the rest of my life.
Well, I already have Dina is on line 2. She's single in her 30s, so we'll check in with her
That
and
was
find
quick.
out. Yeah, I'm excited to find out how you feel about this. When you were in high school, when did you think you were going to get married? Was that ever a thought to you?
I thought I was going to get married right out of high school. Like, I had this boyfriend. He was a year older than me. He had a solid plumbing job waiting for him. His dad had a plumbing company. So he was just going to like, it would be like so-and-so and sons,
You were going to be queen of the drain pipe.
I was.
Yeah.
And they made some good money. I'll
course
tell you
they
that.
do.
And so I was like, I'm going to be a made woman. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to go get my nails done, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you thought you were just going to roll into the plumbing company, not have a
Hell
job.
yeah.
He was going to go up, bust his ass for 70 hours a week,
Yup.
take all these on-call calls, these emergency calls, and you were just going to sit there watching reality TV eating bonbons?
I've lived many lives up here. Like, I've had a lot of plans for myself. Just this is the one that panned out, which I'm happy about. But that was my plan in high school. And then
And look where you are now.
look where I am right
3
now.
a.m. alarm clock. So tell us about the woman at the bank again. How old is she?
She is in her early 30s. Sweet girl. Great conversation. She goes on dates. She's on the dating sites or whatever, but she likes to travel. She wants someone to do all this with. And I don't blame her. She's like, I don't know why I can't find a good person out there. It's so hard.
We're social
to find
creatures.
somebody.
Like, I think most of us want someone to share experiences
And
with.
she goes out. She doesn't just rely on what's on her phone. She goes out. She has fun with her friends. But she's like, I don't like being single in my 30s. And I'm like, I don't blame you. But some people do. Some people enjoy just their own companionship.
Hey, Dina, I appreciate you holding. We got a single in her 30s things going on here. You want to tell us your story?
Well, I got married young in my 20s, 23, and then I got divorced in my late 20s because he turned out to be really disappointing and a big loser. Yep. So, but then, I did some dating, but then it was just like more disappointing. So I'm about to be 35 and I'm embracing being single. It's actually a lot of fun.
Are you doing this I do me thing? I choose me. Is that what you're doing?
I don't know why he did that with his head. I think it's a really great avenue for you to go down to choose you.
Yeah, I don't have to answer to anybody. I can do exactly what I want.
I know, but I appreciate you calling and sharing with us, but I still think we all want someone to share that with, right?
Yes.
You can have
Most people do.
You can go to Egypt and you can see the pyramids. You can go to Rome and do the Colosseum. You don't want to do that by yourself, do you?
I think Eat, Pray, Love is fun for a minute, but I would love to see the world with somebody. And I know I've said, like, if Derek and I are done ever or something tragic happens and I find myself alone, that I don't think I will, like, wife up ever again.
But you'll find somebody to share with, won't you?
I would love somebody to do all the fun stuff with, and then go back, do life, and then meet for like more fun stuff.
And it's really weird how our society puts a label on if you're single in your 30s, you're probably going to die alone.
Like a spinster, yeah. Which is sad because I don't want the girl at the bank to feel that way because she's so cool. Someone's missing out for sure.
The objective is simple. Please, Kat.
Tell me something good.
Before you got in the studio, and I can't even look at the story. Hold on. I was in tears. I don't know if you heard about the guy. Did you see the DoorDash video? 78 years old.
I did see this.
From Tennessee. So we're now getting kind of an update on it. If you didn't see it, this old man, he's DoorDashing, and he's trying to make it up the stairs. He puts the meal in front of the door, takes the picture, does the blah, blah, blah. And then the woman that captured it on her Ring doorbell camera, she's like, I need to know a little bit more about this old man that's doing work that early 20s should be doing. And she found out that in real life, the reason why he's still working is to help cover his wife's kidney disease medication.
Oh, my God.
They had canceled some part of his insurance that he just couldn't do it. So they set up a GoFundMe.
Just losing that, we had to supplement it. So I started running for DoorDash, and the people were nice. DoorDash was good to me.
Sometimes you just look at all the things that you need to pay or need to do, and that has to come, because if it don't, you're going to end up in the hospital or somewhere with something even more expensive than that.
And how much did they end up raising for this guy?
$900,000. Oh my God. I have a lump in my throat. That is the beautiful part of the internet. I love that.
Tell me something good.
On a more personal note, what's good in your life right now?
Tomorrow, getting my new pantry installed. I'm going to have a pantry from like TikTok. The ones I swipe on all the time. The inspo pantries. And all thanks to my friends at Tischler. I'm so excited.
What makes this so great?
So great. It's going to be organized. There's going to be things behind drawers. I'm going to have my own like bread box area. I have a place for like brand new knives.
Do me a favor.
I have a cute little sign that says, I'm sorry for what I said when I was hungry.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
After the show, just isolate this part and listen back to it and tell me how old you sound.
I know I sound old, but don't I sound happy too?
Yeah, I guess.
I sound like I'm old and happy. Isn't that all you can ask for me, right? I'm just very excited for this new change in my life. I need you to be happy with me. And that is something good.
Tell me something good.
Something good for me is 24 hours from right now. I'll be 30,000 feet on my way to, no, not tomorrow. In 48 hours, I
Wednesday.
guess. I'm way ahead of myself. What if I didn't show up tomorrow, even though I was supposed to? But I found, just kind of thinking about it, like how blessed I really feel that we got to go with all of our listeners a month ago, and I'm headed back with my son's a senior in high school, so him and a bunch of his friends and their parents all headed down to Cancun for a long 5 days and just kind of chill out in the sun. And I'm really, really blessed that the wacky weather we had last weekend didn't really impact me too much, so I'm feeling good about that. For me, that's what's good.
Tell me something good.
Hey, Maria, I appreciate you checking in real quick. What's good in your life?
I am finishing my MFA program, so I'm going to be graduating in October.
What does that stand for?
That's your master's in what?
Oh, it's master's in writing.
Okay.
So
you listen to shows like ours and go, these guys are idiots.
You overanalyze
You're
us?
smarter than we are. Great.
write a story about you.
Yeah, great. I love I lost it in public story.
Yeah, it was just a scene that this woman was causing. So I was heading to get my pedicure. I'm like, I want to get a coffee. So I stopped in for a nitro cold brew. at Quick Trip and I walk back to where it is. So you have to walk past the hot food and then the healthy island, and that's where the coffee is. So I'm standing there, and then I hear like on the glass of the kitchen area, like this woman's long nail just tapping.
On the swinging door?
On the swinging door. And people were in there and they were like making things and making sure like the hot area was stocked. And she was like, hello. And I glance over and this woman pops her head out and she's like, yes. She goes, I ordered a breakfast pizza. There's not one out there with my name on it. I need it. Very Jen Clark vibes. So I was like, I've dealt with this before. I've dealt with this almost my whole life. So therefore, I know how to diffuse situations like that. However, I did not step in, surprisingly. But I just watched. And my face, I was hoping she'd glance over to see my face of disgust. Because I'm like, that is enough. It is morning rush time. They're making sure everyone has their glazers. Like, don't be rude. You know, it was a scene that was caused that did not have to be. And I get it. You're hungry. Maybe you have like a bunch of kids at home waiting for their breakfast pizza. But maybe someone made a mistake. Maybe the order didn't get in. Maybe you went to the wrong Quick Trip.
Oh.
That could also be the case. But the scene was just so unnecessary. And it's been a while since I've seen a scene caused in
Well, when you brought this up, I was thinking
public,
about this. I was at, I won't name the place, but it rhymes with Schmom Schmeepo.
Okay.
And I'm in this area. I'm getting like trim for a doorway, right? I was trying to match trim for an outer door on our property that had rotted away. So I had the piece pried off and a piece of it so I could match the design, right? Okay. And I'm looking, and as I'm approaching this area, there is a guy just screaming at another Home Depot person, right? Sorry, I wasn't supposed to say it. But he's got the smock on, and this guy is just calmly standing there. And this guy is like, this price was different yesterday. I was in here and I priced it out, and I want that price today. And the guy's like, sir, that price, and he's looking on his little computer that he holds in his hand. Yeah. He goes, sir, this price hasn't changed in 2 years. It's been the same thing.
And in one day, how much could it change?
Couldn't have been $1 or $2. Right. Right? And unless the guy's getting 1,000 of these, it probably isn't going to impact your life very much. And I'm like, do I step? Because I needed to get into where this guy was. Yeah. Taking up the whole aisle. He's got a cart full of wood and everything like that. And he's just screaming at this guy. He's like, I want this price. And he's like, well, I can call my manager, but that's been that price literally for 18 months, sir. No, it wasn't. I was in here yesterday. And I so badly wanted to go, do you think you made a mistake? Yeah. Because I don't know a whole lot about Home Depot and the way they run things. But it seems like most things are pretty organized, and they kind of got their poop in a group. Yes, and he was making an absolute scene. And this is like a 55-year-old dude. And I'm like, man, this is the way you want to be seen in public, is you're making a scene about $1 or $2 for a trim piece of wood. Like, that's how you're going out? You know, people like that always look around for support, too. And if you're around and then they're like, can you even believe this? Can you believe this moron uppricing me? Well, and the guy in the smock just kind of made eye contact with me, and I just rolled my eyes, and I'm like, you're on your own. Sorry, bro. Like, I ain't stepping in here. You left him out there on that island. The older I get, the more I'm like, listen, what if this guy is packing heat and he is having the worst day ever? Yeah. And I decide to butt in and he shoots me in the face. Like, I ain't going out like that. I can think of 1,000 other ways I want to die besides getting shot in the face at the trim aisle. I get it. You don't want to hop in. Could you have shot a face of support? Did you do like a... Nope. I shot him a face of, this guy's you loco. Are on your... Yeah, well, he could understand. I just kind of rolled my eyes. Okay. Like, what are you going to do? So Kat finds herself just walking into the gas station, going to get a nitro cold brew, and then here's a woman going off because her breakfast pizza wasn't ready. So if you call ahead to like a Quick Trip, you can order a pizza. It's so affordable, and then they'll put your name on it, and you just hope somebody won't grab your pizza with your name on it. But she had... I think she ordered it early and then expected it to be there. It wasn't there under the heat lamp. And so she was just like tapping on the glass. Imagine of the being in there cooking door. And some psycho is tapping on the window. Yeah. Oh. And then she was like, that's how you get spit in your food. Mouthing through the window. She's like, where are my means? You know, and then the woman walks out. She's like, hi, excuse me. What can I help you with? She's like, I ordered a breakfast pizza. It's not ready yet. Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. We'll make it. It'll be done shortly.
just stand by. You don't tell a woman like that to stand by. They're not ready.
I would put a nail or a screw or something in there just to make a point.
That's awful.
So the process of calling us right now and telling us when was the last time you saw something like somebody made a scene in public is pretty cool, because Angel's been holding for a while, and I appreciate your time this morning. And this was you, right?
Man, it was just not too long ago. Me and my daughter, we went to the grocery store, and I told her before we went in there, hey, we have a budget.
Yeah.
And little kids, man, it's like one thing goes in the ear and it goes out the next. And she starts putting all this junk food in the cart, and I said, man, we have enough for 3 meals.
Yep.
Don't be putting that stuff in there. And I don't know, I just got fed up, man, and I corrected her in front of everybody, and I felt bad because she started crying.
Yeah.
But, being a father, man, is hard, man. And that was something that I didn't want to just do.
I feel like you corrected her loudly.
Did you scream?
Yes, I corrected her loudly.
Yeah.
And
get it.
Everyone just looked, and I felt embarrassed.
I feel like any parent that heard what you said was probably like, yeah, something needed to be said. So however many times you told her, stop putting this trash in the cart, we're not going this route, she obviously didn't
If
care.
I was there, I would have gave you a high five.
Yes. Appreciate it. No, but we had a talk last night, and she told me she understood.
That's good.
That we're on a budget, and, it just something to help her in the future, man. And she'll understand when she has kids.
That's what I was just about to say is she'll get it once she has kids and they don't listen.
Yeah. And I'm much more understanding if it's a parent talking, because you don't know what has led up the entire day to that moment.
Yeah.
That kid might have been just rotten all day. But to take it out on a worker because your breakfast pizza isn't done and you have to wait 9 minutes, that I can't wrap my mind around.
That's a jank move.
Yeah.